Did you know that your church building communicates a message to people who live with disabilities? Let me tell you a story to illustrate the point. I was recently at a church doing a disability awareness training for a staff. During this training, the executive pastor volunteered to do one of the experiences. It was a wheelchair experience. His task was to get in the wheelchair and to make his way to the men's restroom, wash his hands, and come back and tell us about his experience. First thing that happened was he sat down in the chair, didn't know how to move the wheels because he didn't realize that wheelchairs had locks on them. So after he got that done, he was able to navigate his way to the door pretty easily, but he couldn't get out the door. Couldn't figure out how to do that, to maneuver that, until he asked for help. So he asked for help, he got out the door. A few minutes later, after making his way to the restroom and back, he came back. We opened the door for him, and I asked him, I said, "How was your experience?" And he looked at me with a look of defeat on his face, and he said, "I couldn't wash my hands." And I was a little confused. I said, "Well, what do you mean you couldn't wash your hands?" He said, "Well, the level of our sinks and where the soap is positioned on the wall and how long my legs were, I couldn't even reach the soap to wash my hands. So after being frustrated for a while, I gave up, and here I am." And I said, "Well, what does that communicate to guests that might come to your church for the first time who use a wheelchair?" And again, with that look of defeat on his face, he said, "It communicates that we haven't thought about them, or that even worse, that we don't care." You see, your building, whether you realize it or not, communicates a powerful message to people who live with disability. We can help you communicate the right messages. We have resources designed to help you look at your facility in a new way so you can communicate the right message to your guests, the message that we know that you want to communicate. Let us help you reach your community.